Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We're going to give it a couple more minutes to let people get on, and then we'll begin. Thank you for your patience. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to our Members Masterclass, Cruise Like a Pro 3.0. If you missed the past masterclasses, you can view them on your members website under the Resources tab and then just select Webinars. And the first master's class is listed there as well as the second, and then the third one will also be uploaded in the next couple days. My name is Chana Patel, and I am the Vendor Relations Representative at Member Getaways. And today we have Melina Jones with us, who is our Senior Concierge Specialist, who will be continuing the education on how to cruise like a pro. So if you have any questions, please feel free to enter them in the questions box as we go, and we will be more than happy to answer them at the end of the class. Thank you. Thank you all for taking time out of your afternoon to join us today. Hi, Melina.
Hey. Hey, guys. Thank you for joining me again for our third session of the Members Masterclass. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Melina. I have been in the travel industry for over 10 years, and I absolutely love it. I am actually one of the travel agents that you get when you call in. So when you call in to plan your next trip, you might even get me. Over the last month, I've been sharing with you some of my best tips to help get you cruising like a pro. Today, I'm going to be going in depth into shore excursions, discussing when is the best time to book a flight when taking a cruise, purchasing trip protection, and why you should always use a travel agent for every trip you want to take. So let's go ahead and jump right in. One of my favorite quotes is, "Time is precious. Waste it wisely." When we are planning a cruise vacation, we spend a lot of time picking the right ship, the right dates, who we're going to go with, where we are going to go to, and so on and so forth. We often overlook what we are actually going to do once we get to those cruise ports. Sure, you can walk around the actual port, maybe take a taxi into town, but is that really getting you the most out of your cruise experience? I highly recommend that you book shore excursions on your next cruise. Shore excursions should be booked in advance, so consider it the best part of the planning process. Popular excursions do tend to book up quickly or possibly sell out as your sail date approaches. As a last resort, you can visit the shore excursion desk on board and they can also help you book last-minute excursions. A common complaint I often get from our members when discussing cruises are that particular ports are boring or have nothing to do. This is something I commonly hear about certain Bahamas and Mexico ports. When digging a little deeper, none of these members booked any excursions. They just spent time at the port or out in town. Shore excursions often highlight the best a country has to offer. From calm, relaxing beach getaways to zip lining, mountain climbing, and cliff diving, there really is a shore excursion for everyone. As our valued members, you can access special discounts through the Shore Excursion Group. The Shore Excursion Group uses the same vendors that all the cruise lines use. Any excursion is available at a 10% discount to our members only. If you would like to see a list of excursions available for your next cruise, you're going to go to this website here, and that is www.shoreexcursionsgroup.com. And I'll leave that up for just a moment so that you can write that all down. Once the website comes up, you will see a search bar in the left-hand side of the page right here. Here, you're just going to go ahead and enter your cruise line, ship, and sail date, and hit search. So for this particular example, I'm going to go ahead and use the Celebrity Edge, sailing April 5th, 2020, and that's the 7-night sailing. Once you select your information, you're going to go ahead and hit search. On the next page, you will see an itinerary for your specific cruise with dates and port stops. You can click on each port stop and see a list of excursions available in that port. So this particular cruise, it goes out of Fort Lauderdale. It has a sea day, and then its port of call is going to be San Juan, Tortola, and St. Martin. Once you get here, you can click and see the list of excursions. So I just went ahead and pulled for St. Martin and just grabbed a couple of these so you can see the different offers that are available. This one is St. Martin Sights, Shopping, and Sand, half day cat sail and snorkel, and a rum and reggae beach break. Once you've decided on which excursions you would like to book, give us a call and we will be able to book them for you with a 10% discount. So you get 10% off of any of the prices you see listed here. This discount is only available by calling. It is not something that you can apply directly and book on your own on the website. My next tip is do not fly into port on the same day as your cruise. I have a lot of members tell me that they want to fly in the morning right before their cruise, and I cringe. I will always recommend flying in the day or night before your cruise and staying in a hotel near the port. There are so many things that could happen to your flight, and you might miss your cruise. You've invested a lot of time and money into your cruise, so the last thing you want to do is miss getting on the boat. Last year, thousands of flights were delayed or canceled due to weather and mechanical issues. We had many, many calls on it. Sure, you might get rebooked on another flight, and you still might not make it in time. If you fly in the night before, you get to wake up, eat a great breakfast, be totally rested, and ready to go on your cruise. If you do decide to fly in the same day of your cruise and you miss your cruise, you could still possibly meet the ship in its next port. But all that is going to cost you a lot of money and precious vacation days. All of this is avoidable by choosing the correct flying days. Please remember to speak to your travel agent before arranging flights and booking your pre- and post-hotel stays. We can make sure you're booked on the correct flights, and we also have discounts on those pre- and post-hotel stays. I've talked about this before, but it's so very important, so I wanted to touch on it again. My next tip is to never leave home without trip protection. Not only is it good for missed or delayed flights, like we just discussed, but it could also cover lost baggage, medical emergencies, and unforeseen weather events like hurricanes. We are rolling into hurricane season and have a lot of members with cruise books, so I always recommend the travel insurance. No one plans, for these types of disruptions, but life is really unpredictable. There are major penalties for missing or canceling a cruise last minute. Travelers insurance should always be in your budget when you plan a cruise. Make sure that you have adequate medical coverage with your policy as well. Make sure that it covers the cost of medical treatment, hospitalization, and/or medical evacuation. These things in a foreign country can be astronomical. My final tip for the session is to make sure that you always use a travel concierge, which, of course, by now should be pretty self-explanatory, don't you think? All of our agents here have years of knowledge. We can help you pick the best cruise to fit your budget and needs. We have access to all of the industry news. Me personally, I get at least 20 plus emails a day on different promotions for different lines and sailings that I have to keep up with. We have access to private trainings, ship tours, webinars on new ships. We have info on the upgraded ships, specialty sailings, and of course, we stay up to date on all the best cruise line deals and promotions. And don't think we stop working once your cruise is booked. Like most other travel agents and websites, once you book, they kind of brush their hands off and you're gone on your own. If you book with us, we like to take care of our members. If your cruise drops in price or a better promotion comes out that you qualify for, we can get you switched into that better promo. Sometimes it's hard to make sense of all of the confusing promotions out there. That's what we're here for. Norwegian has a new promo out. It's the Free at Sea promotions, as well as Celebrity's Sail Your Way promotion. And it's sometimes hard to decipher what actually comes with their promotion, not your booking. Some sailings could include prepaid gratuities, onboard credit, free beverage packages, specialty dining, and free and reduced air or more. Celebrity does have a new promotion out called Sail Your Way. You can have a choice for the lowest possible price, or you can have perks included. So I'm going to give you a little breakdown about this promotion. You can choose from Sail, which is their lowest possible fare paired with a non-refundable deposit. Sail Plus is the low fare. It's still going to be a little bit higher than the very first one. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it comes with 2 perks. Then you also have Sail All Included, which is a little more expensive, but comes with 4 perks. And if you're booking into a suite category, you're always going to get all 4 perks. The perks that you can choose from are the Classic Beverage Package or the Premium Beverage Package, depending on which category you're booked into. Unlimited Wi-Fi, prepaid tips, $150 per person to spend on board, and additional guests beyond the first 2. So that's 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the same stateroom, save 50% on their cruise fares. When you're looking at the different options on the member website, you may not know which price goes with which promotion, so just give us a call. We can easily get you into the right fare that meets your needs. And now, your favorite part of the presentation, some of our best cruise deals. Our first deal is a 7-night on the Celebrity Eclipse. Starts at $11.04 per person. It's an Alaska sailing on May 17th, 2020. It's for a deluxe obstructed ocean view with veranda. It includes port fees and meals, excluding specialty dining. And then, of course, taxes are additional. It's a really great Alaska sailing. It's a round trip out of Vancouver. It hits icy Strait Point, Juneau, Ketchikan, and comes back to Vancouver. This is promo ID number 47256. And of course, with Alaska sailings, we can definitely help you with the pre and post stays as well. And at the very end, I'm going to have a slide that's going to have all these promo IDs on it as well. So if you don't have it written down, don't worry. All right, the next promo I have is a 7-night on the Holland Miss Veendam. It's from $818 per person. It's in Eastern Caribbean. Goes out December 4th of 2019. This is for a veranda stateroom. Again, it does include the port fees and meals, of course, excluding specialty dining. Taxes are not included. This is a round trip out of Fort Lauderdale, and it hits all those popular spots We have Grand Turk, San Juan, St. Thomas, and Half Moon Cay. This is promo ID 47258. All right, and finally I have the 11 night on the Princess Sky. Starts at $25.86 per person. This is a European sailing. It's a round trip out of Berlin. It's July 3rd, 2020 for 11 nights. This promo is for a balcony stateroom, including port fees and meals. Taxes not included. It's going to go to Tallinn, St. Petersburg, Helsinki, Stockholm, Copenhagen, Oslo, and back to Berlin. This is promo ID 47257. And of course, I want to make sure that you have all of our contact information. Make sure when you have our phone number written down up here, 828-785-4562. Hours, of course, are Monday through Friday, 9 to 8 Eastern Time, and Saturdays from 10 to 4. Always be sure to check your member website for current specials and that you've opted into all of our promotional emails. And then here are the promo details again, and I'll leave that up as I get to the question section. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask them now. I'm going to go ahead and start answering some of them. Okay, it says down here the first question is, what is the phone number for shore excursions? It's your member hotline. You would just go ahead and give us a call. We are the ones that handle the bookings on those. Next question is, what form of identification is required to depart the ship at one of the ports? For example, Nassau. When you get off the ship, of course, you want to have your photo ID with you and any credit card that you might use. The other items can stay in your safe on board. And that goes for the same thing. You want to make sure that you bring your SeaPass card for any cruise when you get off the ship, because that's what they're gonna check and scan when you get back on the ship. What are your thoughts about using excursions that are not associated with the cruise line? I've had no issues with them. They use the same suppliers that the cruise lines use, so they're pretty much almost identical to the cruise line excursions, except at a better rate. Okay, what is the website again for the shore excursions? Sure, it's www.shoreexcursionsgroup.com. And if we don't have that down, you can always call us and we can send you a link to the website. I saw pre-hotel stay. Do you have discounted prices? Of course. For any hotel that we book you, you're going to receive your member discount on it. How far in advance of cruises are payments due? It honestly depends on the cruise line and the promotion that you've booked for. Usually anywhere from 60 to 90 days is pretty common when the final is due prior to sailing. Some river cruises require it much sooner, but we can always give you that information if you have a particular one that you're looking at. Does the ship wait for you if you get back late if excursions are bought through here? We've never had any problems with our suppliers getting you back to the ship late for any of the excursions that are booked through the shore excursion group. But no, if you are extremely late back to the ship and not on board during the all aboard call, then the ship would not wait for you. Are your prices for double occupancy? Yes, most cruise line prices are going to be for double occupancy, meaning if there's only one person in the stateroom, they would get charged for two people, but only taxes for one. are cabins outfitted with electrical outlets for persons requiring CPAP machines. I'm not sure what kind of electrical fitting the CPAP machines have on them. However, most cruise cabins are going to have 110 volt and 220 volt outlets. So I would just check with your equipment and see if it would work. Okay, it says here, what are the single supplement rates? All of these cruise fares are based on double occupancy. So you would be charged cruise fare for two and then taxes for one, depending on the cruise line, unless they do have single cabins available, which vary from sailing to sailing. If they are available, then you would pay just the cruise fare for one and the taxes for one. But not every ship and sailing has those. Okay, this one says, what about last minute bookings a few days or week before sailing? Generally, you want to make sure your shore excursions are bought at least 7 days prior to a sailing. And that goes for our excursions with the shore excursion group or with the cruise line. If you are booking very last minute, within a week, normally the cruise line will have you book those excursions on board. Do you have last minute bargain rates? So sometimes cruises do have last minute specials, but I find it on the rare side. Usually cruises are going to be more expensive as it gets closer to the sail date than if they're booked in advance. Can a traveler contact you on a Sunday? Our office is not open on Sundays. We have hours on Saturdays 10 to 4, but Sundays we are closed. We do have an emergency line for bookings that have already been done. If you're having a problem while you're traveling, that somebody does answer and have access to, but for normal member services, we are not open on Sundays. Okay, and I think that is all of the questions that I have received. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like me for to answer? Okay, here's another one that just came in. If we use the shore excursion company you gave us, can we get the credit the cruise line offers as part of the total package pricing on Norwegian? No. If you booked under Norwegian's free at sea offer and you've chosen the shore excursion credit for each port, you have to book those directly through Norwegian. They do not allow any type of outside bookings. You're welcome. I'm just checking here to see if I have any other questions coming in. Okay, this one says, can we get excursions for any cruise line? Yeah, we can access excursions for any cruise line and ship, as long as they're available in that port. Do you get last minute packages at discounts? Are we talking about cruise packages or like an all inclusive package? We can build you a cruise package with pre and post hotel stays and airfare, and discounts would apply to the cruise and hotel. And of course, for the airfare, we can help you find the lowest available rate. For all inclusive packages that include air and transfers, absolutely, we do have discounts on those. You just have to call us and we can give you some options. Okay, this member wants me to remind you what an obstructed view may mean. An obstructed view basically means there is something in front of or blocking the balcony and or window. It could be a partial obstruction or full obstruction, but there will be something there, either in front of the railing or in front of the actual open air space. How can you guarantee to have an unobstructed view? When you call in and you book with us, you just have to let us know that you do not want an obstructed view, and we can book you into a category and a cabin that would not have an obstructed view. Do we need a member number for discounted excursions? When you call in to member services in our travel department, in order to speak with the representative, you would need to know the member ID or the phone number that's associated with your account. From there, you or any of your authorized users on your account can book the discounted shore excursions. Okay, do I have any other questions? Okay, looks like that is it. It looks like I went ahead and answered all of the questions. If you have continued questions, you're more than welcome to email us or give us a call, and we can answer them right over the phone for you. And I'll go back to the promos. So if you didn't have a chance to write those down, you still can write those down. All right, I'm just going to leave this up for a little bit, but I want to thank you guys so much for joining us today for our third session of the Members Master Class. I hope you guys are learning a lot and are getting very excited to plan your next cruise vacation.
Thank you, Melina. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope to have you back at our next members class. Have a wonderful evening.